everyone, I'm Rita Gehman, and I'm an intuitive coach. Okay, so this video is about ISFJ personality types. Now, ISFJs happen to be, okay, I have to adjust my headband. This is not a mirror. Don't you just love it when you're recording a video and the video is like not the mirror, so like you're touching one side and it's like actually the opposite, and it's oh God, okay. This video is about ISFJ personality types, introverted, Sensate, feeler, judgers. Now, I know quite a few ISFJs, and they're pretty interesting. They're pretty stubborn. They're all pretty stubborn. ISFJs are some of the most stubborn and unyielding people in the world, but they also have this warm and loving and kind personality. But you have to have it's like a thick, strong layer of stubbornness and unyieldingness, and then above that there's this beautiful layer of this warm, loving, kind nature, and you cannot have one without the other. The two go together. ISFJs are they are very they tend to have high social intelligence, which is unusual because usually introverts are not quite as socially intelligent as extroverts. But ISFJs, they tend to have high social intelligence. I've noticed that since it feelers as a whole, they tend to be they tend to be fairly socially oriented, but they also tend to be really practical. And as judgers, they're looking at making instantaneous decisions about people. So ISFJs tend to either really like somebody or really not like them, like right away. And they tend to have like one opinion of them, and that's it. And because of the stubborn nature, this can really be like sunk into kind of like a concrete-like form, you know. Or not only do you have this first impression of someone, but it really sticks in your mind. So I believe that's the all four traits at work at that point. Because judges are able to form instantaneous opinions of someone right away, and Sensate and then that introverted Sensate feeler part is where this extreme practicality and this extreme factual, fact-based situation is coming out. And so if you're able to judge somebody right away and you're able to form an opinion of someone right away, you tend to either form a positive or negative opinion of them right away. And because ISFJs have this strong and thick foundation of just an unyielding, not easily moved temperament, they tend to form these strong opinions of someone right away, and they tend to be either positive or negative, and they tend to stick with those opinions. It's very unusual to find an ISFJ who changes their opinion of someone over time. And I've seen ISFJs who they interact with someone who they dislike. They interact with them on a regular basis, and they do well with them, and they have an interesting and fun time with them. But as soon as they stop contact with this person, the old opinions that this person is a negative person immediately just spring back into place. So there's a certain, rubber band quality going on. But in addition to that, if you enjoy the stubborn nature, you also have this really warm, loving, kind nature that you get to. But it tends to be surrounded by the stubborn nature. So you really need to have a tolerance or ability to handle both. But you need to be able to be willing to handle both in order to get to this loving, kind nature. And the loving, kind nature tends to be very, very warm and sweet and kind and loving. It tends to encompass things closer to unconditional love, and it's really just this warm, loving nature. But if you bounce too heavily off of their stubborn nature, then you can get mired in there, and you will no longer have access to that warm, loving nature. And so it's a balance of thick concrete and this warm, loving softness that they keep above that. And so it's an interesting duality, and all the ISFJs I know, they have these two traits really strongly in them, and and you cannot have one without the other. The two go together like that. They just go together all the time, no matter what. Anyway, ISFJs they're good people. They're pretty good people. You just have to know kind of how to handle them and how to work with them. And once you have the acceptance and the proper, manipulation, but I mean manipulation in a good way, of these two traits going on, then you can get along with just about every ISFJ. But you do have to understand that their opinion, once lost of you, tends to be lost forever. Just because if you get stuck in that stubborn part, and it's in a negative form, you're screwed. So just I'm not saying that you have to tiptoe around ISFJs, but you do have to exercise high social intelligence with them in order to make sure that you're not turning them off to you. In order to make sure that you're not turning them off to you in a very real way. All right, I'm going to attempt to adjust. Oh man. Okay, I think I've got the. It's so confusing getting this exactly right. All right, now I got it. I hope you guys found this to be informative. If you're an ISFJ, I'm not ragging on you. I have my own personality type. I'm an INTJ, and we tend to be pretty bitchy. So, it's not a matter of, oh, well, one personality type is worse or better than another. It's just a matter of understanding the different characteristics that come with each personality type. Thank you so much.